No, they're not.
Come on, Joy.
Look, we're splitting hairs here, so I don't want Patriots fans to come for me in Boston, because I do like everything the Patriots are doing, and I have a lot of respect for Bill Belichick and everything that they've done with their dynasty there, but it's not Tom Brady, and it's Mac Jones, who's a rookie quarterback. I'm going with the Titans as of right now. There's lots of reasons why. We'll get into all of it. I know the Patriots have won 5 straight, but the Titans have won 6 straight.
Okay.
And they have the Texans on Sunday. So I know this has been a wild year, but I'm going to go, with the Titans in that game. And let's just call it a 7-game win streak. Even if it's not, I'm still going to go with the Titans, but I think that they will. Titans are doing this with young coordinators. They've been very impressive this year. And I'm kind of that person that said at the beginning of the year, I thought the Titans would take a step back. I love Derrick Henry. And when he went out, I was like, oh,
that's love.
This might be the end of it. But I'm saying this with the slightest bit of hesitation because I still do have the anxiety that the Titans are going to make me a liar. But at this point, I've just got to go with the Tennessee Titans, especially after losing Derrick Henry and what they've been able to do since then. So since week 5, the Titans lead the NFL in red zone touchdowns, 72.7%. They are one of 5 teams scoring over 30 points per game. They're converting 43.2% of their third downs. That's 8th in the NFL. Their offense is rolling, and it's not just their run game. And, of course, their defense is doing a great job as well. They are 5th in scoring, 7th in points per game differential, 7th in rushing offense, 7th in rushing defense. They're tied for 5th in sacks with 27 and tied for 9th in takeaways. They are the team to beat in the AFC right now. They have been the most consistent.
Oh, consistent.
And they don't have a rookie quarterback. I like what Mac Jones is doing, but I'm going to go with the Titans right now.
I don't even know. We don't have to split hairs. And Patriots fans, come for me if you want. I'm good with that.
He wants to smoke.
Right.
Did the Titans and the Bills move to the NFC? Did I miss the memo on that? Look, I am too. I am impressed with what the Patriots have done. They are far better than I expected this season, and they continue to get better. But I'm not even sure that they're the best team in their division at this point. And while the defense looked dominating and impressive last night against the Falcons, let's be honest, it's the Falcons. And 4 out of the last 5 opponents that they've played have subpar offenses. So statistically, I'm not even sure exactly how good this New England defense is. And yes, Mac Jones has surprised in how effective he's been. And I have all the confidence in the world in Bill Belichick's game planning. But let's not ignore the fact that his game planning has a lot to do with why Mac Jones looks the way that he does. He understands exactly what he has, and he's molded that offense and what he's asking Mac Jones to do to what fits Mac Jones' abilities right now. But if we're saying team to beat in the AFC, and I do believe that's what we're saying, then we're talking playoffs. And to Joy's point, Mac Jones has 0 playoff experience, and they're going to have to win the division before they put themselves in a pole position to make some noise in the playoffs. So have the Patriots surprised? Absolutely. Are they one of the best teams in the AFC? I'm okay with that. But if we're going to have a conversation, let's have a conversation who's better, the Ravens or the Patriots. Now that's something that I could get into. The idea that the Patriots are the best team in the AFC, I don't even see the starting point for that conversation.
Wow. Didn't know I was doing a show with Joy Taylor, a.k.a. Reluctant, because she was out there just, I still have apprehension on Tennessee and can't pick a team. Slick Rick. Oh, well, it's Buffalo. Oh, it's Tennessee. Y'all are wrong, both of you guys. You know what it is. The question asks you, are the Patriots the best team in AFC? It was rhetorical, y'all. Of course they're the best team in the AFC. Let's start here. Let's just build this up the right way, Lego style. Who has the best coaching staff of the teams we all mentioned? I think that would be Bill Belichick. So let's just say that the Patriots won't get outcoached in the AFC playoffs. Now, beyond that, let's talk about performance and execution, because that's what we're talking about. The reason why I'm not a believer in the Tennessee Titans is because they're without their best player. So everyone is thinking right now, oh, look how much better they're going to be once he comes back. But there's also something called addition by subtraction. Guys all of a sudden feel galvanized and have to step up in the absence of a great player. But when that great player returns, doesn't always guarantee that you're going to have greater performances. I bring up this right now as the Tennessee Titans used to average 147 yards a game rushing with Derrick Henry. Now that's down to 67. But they're still getting by and getting the victories, but it's not the same style, not the same winning performance style. Now let's talk about Buffalo, dear to my heart. And let's talk about the fact that the Buffalo Bills are still owned by Bill Belichick. You want to know what his record is against that team? 35-7. Let's just say that you could roll out any capable team from New England, and the Buffalo Bills are going to be doubting themselves in terms of how they're going to match up with them. The Bills are a better team. You can say that in terms of their highs. When the Buffalo Bills are rolling, probably no team better in the NFL. The problem is they're not always rolling. Ask my Jacksonville Jaguars about those same Buffalo Bills. So then you're not going to get out-coached, and you're going to play up to your potential if you're the New England Patriots. Reminding y'all who the New England Patriots are. The team with the most wins since Week 5, Joy Taylor. Yeah, I see you. Fix your hair. We ain't gonna split them. We know that the New England Patriots started off slow, 1-3 record, but y'all got to keep up with this. This NFL, it turns over every single week. And the New England Patriots have now been outscoring their opponents 35-10 in the last 5 weeks. They are out there embarrassing teams because they're playing their style of ball.
Thank you, Joy.
Not Tennessee style, which is not their style, and not Buffalo Bills style, which is a roller coaster ride.
Marcellus.
Yes, ma'am.
Can we talk about the last 5 weeks, please, with the Patriots, since you brought it up?
Oh.
Who did they beat? They blew out the Jets, all right?
Hey, division game. It's supposed to be tough.
Okay, it's a division. Oh, okay, but let's be serious, all right? It's the Jets.
I'm making TV.
We can be honest.
Okay.
All right, we can keep it real. Your Chargers.
Oh, you know that's
it's a good win.
a little more than good.
Went to overtime.
Okay.
A little inconsistent this year.
You're right.
It's a good win. Panthers, their quarterback is not even their quarterback now, right? So that's a blowout. We all know what's going on with the Browns.
Oh, now you don't know.
No, we do. We do.
We know now because they played New England. We know what the hell was wrong with
Exactly. And the Falcons last night. I mean, come on. We all watched that last night with the Falcons, right? We all saw the same thing. So listen, I'm not taking anything away. Right. If you were able to watch it.
Right.
I'm not taking anything away from what New England is doing right now, and certainly not from their defense, which showed out last night.
Again.
Incredibly impressive. And what they've done in the last 3 weeks is incredibly impressive, which shouldn't be surprising considering that it is Bill Belichick, and you brought up that coaching staff. But what is this offense going to do when they're squared up against, I don't know, the Tennessee Titans next week? That's this next stretch of games, not these last 5 games, which has been impressive for a rookie quarterback in Mac Jones. And there was like 5 minutes of my life in the last 22 years where we didn't have to consider the Patriots to be a contender. That was last year. That's over. Okay. Yes, they are a serious team. But when you're talking about the best team in the AFC, we're going to find out next week when they play the Titans. And then they have a stretch coming in front of them. They have the Titans. Then they have the Bills twice. They have did you say your Jacksonville Jaguars?
I mean, I play for 4 teams, you know.
Okay, so we're doing that. That's fine. I'll allow it. And then my Dolphins at the end of the season, which traditionally they struggle in Miami. Now, that was a different team. It was led by Tom Brady, so maybe Mac Jones will change that tradition up. But this is the stretch I'm concerned about with the New England Patriots. If they come out of this next set of games playing like they're playing now, forget everything I said and burn this tape. But right now, they beat inferior opponents, even with a rookie quarterback, because of the coaching that you mentioned, because of the defense, because of the special teams, because of the offensive line. The Titans are doing that against better opponents, and they're doing it without Derrick Henry. No, they aren't having the same rushing yards, but they are still getting wins, and that is why I'm putting them ahead of the Patriots right now.
Oh, you thought it was only just the rushing performances that were bad because Derrick Henry's out. Let's talk about the defense. 22nd ranked total defense. Oh, you talking about Mac Jones and the Patriots, what they're going to do when they face them? They're going to look at the 22nd total defense and say, it's time to lick our chops. Let's talk about the 27th pass defense and Mac Jones and his efficient self. That young rookie going to slice him up. And let's talk about all the mistakes that the Tennessee Titans make. Despite overcoming those same mistakes, 28th in penalty yards. I ain't going to kill you with stats. I'm going to take you to the crib. Let's go to the crib, Slick. Let's go to the crib, Joy. I don't know if y'all know this about me, but I like to throw it down in the kitchen. I mean, yeah. And one thing about me is the way my style of being a chef is I got to find the perfect temperature. It's not about the ingredients. It's not about how you mix them up. It's not even about what you're cooking. It's about the temperature, because that's what makes it work. I look at the New England Patriots as the team that plays up to its fullest potential at the perfect temperature. You know why? Who's second in the NFL in point per game differential? That means we beating up on everybody. New England Patriots. Only one team better. Slick, I know you're going to smile. It's the Buffalo Bills. But here's the problem with the Buffalo Bills when I get them in the kitchen. They're hot or they're cold. They're not the perfect temperature. You see the Buffalo Bills that go out there, shut out. Then, Jacksonville Jaguars will beat you guys. What happens to the Buffalo Bills in those low moments, in those cold moments? So a team that's hot and cold, I don't believe in the same as a team that goes out there and plays their style. Tennessee is not playing their style right now and does it with the perfect recipe, perfect temperature. That's the Patriots. Now let's talk about the Patriots also. When you play against Belichick, one thing you're always going to make a mistake is looking at the talent on the field and underestimating it. But what you don't come to realize until it's too late is that the fact is they're going to play up to that potential. They are never going to be in a situation where their grasp is going to be shorter than their reach. Everything that they can touch, they're going to hold on to. They win the war of attrition, as Mark Sanchez likes to say it. Bill Belichick signs up for that battle every single game, and he will go out there and wait for you to make a mistake and pounce. That's why I have such belief in the Patriots.
I didn't know that we changed the question to who's the most consistent team in the AFC. When did we switch that? Can we change the board on the bottom there? Marcellus, I can't wait, and I'm waiting for my invitation, because I'm guessing that you do slice it up in the kitchen, because the home cooking that I just heard was fantastic. And I'm guessing that jambalaya is one of your favorites to make, because you threw everything in the pot. I don't need to get into the spices and all of the ingredients in order to sell you on this.
Let's go.
The Titans are tied for the best record in football right now. The Bills have the best record in the division right now. You keep talking about right now because we came off a game last night. Yeah, that's convenient. The Patriots played. Nobody else has played this weekend. So, yeah, the Patriots look like the best team in the AFC because they're the only AFC that has played so far this week. But if I look at what they are composed of, forget what they've done in the last 4 or 5 games. Who have they beaten this season? What is their quality win? The Los Angeles Chargers are as good as it gets. They haven't beaten another quality team. Name that. Marcellus, you're looking at the schedule right there.
Cleveland.
You give me that next best team that they've beaten after the Chargers. And your Chargers are barely over 500.
Is my mic not working? Cleveland. But the way that they beat Cleveland's not that good right now.
You don't believe that for a second.
45-7, I believe that for a second. Hell yeah. If you beat an okay team 45-7, that tells me that you might be special. Why wouldn't you believe in it?
But the question isn't might be special. It's the best team in the AFC.
Who's the best team in the AFC? Why is there Tennessee? I don't understand. Why y'all don't really roll out a team without their best player?
Because I'm like, Rick just brings up a great point. What is the quality win?
Where quality win go?
The Titans beat the Bills.
Yeah.
Right? Then the Chiefs. Then the Colts. We all watched what happened against the Rams.
Yeah.
Then the Saints. Now they have the Texans this week, which they will win.
Go.
And then we're going to find out, aren't we? Because they're going to play the Patriots. Mm-hmm. And then we will see who the best team is in the AFC. Are you willing to pick the Patriots in that game right now?
Willing, yes. Guaranteed. Willing. Guaranteed they're going to beat them. Here's the thing. It's not hate for Tennessee. It's the fact that Ryan Tannehill is having just a barely above average season. They're finding ways to win, and I love that about this team. They got a moxie to them. I wonder why, because one of their head coach was a player of the greatest coach of all time and maybe picked up a few tidbits on the way. I give you all that. But if you think you're going to roll out there without your best player against Bill Belichick, because Bill Belichick did this to Cleveland, he's going to do it to Tennessee. What's your best way to beat us? Cleveland, it's to run the ball. You ain't going to run the ball. Now we're going to make you beat us with plan B. Baker Mayfield, you're not going to be able to do that. 1 touchdown, first drive, and that was it. Belichick figured him out. Ryan Tannehill's not having a great year. I hope y'all understand this. And without Derrick Henry, what is he going to say? Either I take Tannehill away, you can't run the ball, or I take this bad rushing attack away, And then Tannehill can't beat us. I'm just telling y'all how it's going to happen. I am called a hater, not because I'm really a hater. It's because I tell the truth too early. Maybe I'm a week early on this take, but trust me, Patriots over Titans.